Oh boy, there is no words to describe the game that I finally played on the Nintendo Switch. Now, there's been a lot of independent games, a lot of mobile ports, a lot of third-party games coming out in the Nintendo eShop. Some of them pretty good, some of them a little bit of stinkers. We got Troll and I, we got Room in the Night Sky, but oh man, I thought those were bad. I think I've probably played the worst game on the Nintendo Switch. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I know it's the worst game on the Nintendo Switch. Skyride. Let me go ahead and just show you guys how bad it is. This is going to be short and sweet. Skyride is a port of a game that was also on PS4. So keep in mind, it's been ported over. Looks like it was an easy port. Matter of fact, a little too easy. There's no title screen of this game. You load the game up and boom, you're suddenly in the arena. You're on a hover bike. So bikes, Room in the Night Sky, I guess there's a common theme here. Any game that has any kind of hover bike on the Switch, stay away. Now, at first impression, the game seems like it has a little bit of potential. You're on a hover bike, you can float around, you have a nice little weapon, a machine gun, you got some bombs, you got a couple of other things. But then you quickly realize the control to this game is atrocious. Now, the left analog stick controls your movement as far as moving forward and moving backwards and sideways. Now, you're always going to have the aiming reticle facing straight in front of you. No matter if you're turning left or right, it's always going to be aiming that way. The aiming reticle is used with the right analog stick, and this also moves your character up and down on the screen. Words can't describe how clunky this feels. You have to actually live it to believe it, I mean. But I don't want you to try this game out. It's tempting, you know, with how many games are coming out on the Switch and people are thirsty for some games. People are throwing on ports like this, and this is bad. The graphics, bad. Presentation, very cheap. This looks like it's a 2 generations back game, like a PS2 game. The premise is you basically try to score as many points as you can. You play as this character in a 3D, and I use that term loosely, arena. There's only one stage. That's how cheap this game is. One stage, the enemies look like freaking flying lanterns. You have to attack as many as you can at one point. Now, I will give one little compliment. It's amazing that they can have this many enemies on screen at once. But that's about it. Once you get one round in and you play for about 15 minutes, you will get tired of this game. I personally did. I want to actually delete this off my Nintendo Switch memory. It's a waste. Now, after a certain amount of time, after you kill enough enemies, a boss comes. And this boss actually looks like a pretty cool robot-looking character. But it just sticks to the middle of the screen, shoots lasers at you, you kill it, and you repeat. No true story. No other reason to play this game other than to get a good high score. But the main fault of this, and I know at first initial this looks like it has potential, which it did. If this game would have been a little bit more meatier, had a little bit of substance to it, it could have been good. But you just kill as many enemies as you can, kill a boss, repeat. Stage doesn't change, there's no variation in anything else. In fact, this game is so poorly made, you could switch all the weapons in the options to go to just one button. So if you want to push A button to shoot all of your weapons at once, you could do that. The hit detection is not that great on any of the weapons. You gotta either get really close or just be lucky and spam the hell out of it. Presentation is cheap, sound is forgettable, graphics outdated, gameplay piss poor, control sluggish. Words accurately cannot describe how I feel about this game. Now, I might be coming across a little too hard. I know people thought Troll and I was glitchy, Unbreakable and stuff. But at least with that game, you get a fucking title screen, which there's not one in this. You get a story, you get some kind of gameplay mechanics, and you get some actual playing time in there. You get a few hours of gameplay time in there. With Room in the Night Sky, same thing. Multiple stages. Control is a lot better. Graphics, well, a lot more dumbed down than this. Kind of fit the scheme, and it overall is a quality game, but there's probably almost next to nothing with Skyride, other than the fact that it's cheap, that I would recommend this for anybody, because this is useless as a score runner. There's no online leaderboard, there's no other options, and what's funny is if you go to the credits in this, over 10 people have worked on this game. Over 10 people have worked on this game, and it has just one level, one type of enemy that looks like a flying lantern, and one boss, and it just rinses and repeats. Was this a school project or something? I know I'm not no developer or programmer, but holy fuck. Show some pride. And you know what the worst thing about this is? The worst thing is that on the PlayStation 4, this game cost a lot more. So you guys that like to say the Switch just throws a whole bunch of games out there to try to make money and people are crooks on the eShop, you better give Sony a freaking 1-2 punch as well, because this game costs more on the PlayStation Store. I feel sorry for people who bought it on either console, but that is unacceptable. Skyride, I actually paid with my own money. I didn't get a review copy of this. $7 in the eShop. I can highly recommend against not getting it, if that makes any kind of logical sense. But then again, Skyride doesn't make any sense either. So that is it for today's review. Stay away from Skyride. Matter of fact, you'd be better going outside in your front yard and putting a broom between your legs and jumping off your roof. Do not do that. Do not hold me liable for any of that. But one thing you don't need to hold me liable is recommending this game. Stay away. Fucking 2 out of fucking 10. See you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next video. Peace out.